Jeremy Powers, the very famous figure behind the barriers,
Yes.
that you make the sport of cyclocross very desirable and attractive, not just in the West, but all around the world.
Yes.
Does it put a more pressure on you, especially when the things don't go your way?
I mean, I always will feel pressure when things don't go any athlete does when they don't go their way. But behind the barriers is definitely a fun and good type of motivation or weight on your shoulders. It's for people. It's for people to experience the same things that I feel, so they can understand the sport from my perspective and from the sport's perspective, from how things go down, and from sometimes, even though I try my hardest, I still come up short. And in life, that's a lesson that we all have to learn sometimes, is though even though we try our hardest, we come up short, but we keep moving.
Do you sometimes feel like this camera is just one more object you don't want to have around you?
I'm pretty easygoing. Every once in a while I get rattled, but for the most part, I'm an outgoing, friendly, energetic guy, and it's just my personality. So I wouldn't say, in American we would say, oh, it doesn't really faze me. And I don't really have a problem doing any of the media or the camera stuff. It's very easy for me. I like to talk, so it comes naturally, I guess you could say.
So the Behind the Barriers is it's in third season?
This is its third season.
Did you envision that?
Never. No, never. It's been really taken on a life of its own, and every year it's grown by 2 or 3 times its viewership, and so that's been really fun for us all to be part of. It's a kudos to Sam for busting his ass to make the show as good as it has been, and just editing. It's editing and coming and getting the content and then doing it again. And I think next year, looking towards a 4th season is possible, but it would not be the same as it has been just following my life. I think it will follow more of cyclocross and the other stories that are out there to be told from the other riders. And I think that's really the next place that we're going to focus behind the barriers and move the show forward.
A question kind of personal, since I used to be a professional runner.
Yes.
How much running do you do for cycling? Or is it more cycling benefits your running, or running would benefit a certain type of cycling?
I think next year when you see me, the answer to that question will be 10 times more than I did this year. So this year, unfortunately, I just don't have the base for running. And so we kind of noticed when, even though we were doing running workouts, they're taking a really long time for me to recover. And I am going anaerobic almost immediately when I'm getting off the bike from cycling. And so we need to develop the base. We need to start doing longer, easier runs at first. It's very similar to cycling, and then we need to pick up the tempo. My efficiency running is very bad, and it's something that I look at as a challenge. Like, I'm not good at this, and I'm going to be good at this, and moving forward, it's what I want.
So are you giving away certain things about there maybe another season of Behind the Barriers?
I hope so. If all the stars align and we get the right amount of support and people want to have it again, it's really up to the sponsors and the industry and the people outside. And if we can sell it, and then if we can sell it and we can do what we really want to do and we can make it special and fun and really showcase all those things that I was saying before, then there will be definitely a 4th season. And I think that there are a lot of things pointing towards that, but I don't want to let anyone down, but I feel strongly about it becoming a 4th season.
Since social media dictates the market and the numbers don't lie, do you have the certain numbers that indicate the number of followers keeps growing from season to season?
Yeah, I mean, Jake can tell us what is the growth already?
60% from last year.
So
yeah.
So 60% from last year, and the year before that was also similar to that, and so it's been, honestly, it's blown our minds. I mean, people really have found that they like spending half an hour watching what's going on, and just because it's different and it's unique, and there's nothing on there. That person that you see, with me is a very real person. There's not any scandal. There's not anything that's being really cut out, and unless it's not PC, unless I'm like cursing or this or that. I mean, for the most part, it's very raw, and you're seeing the same Jeremy Powers that's on Behind the Barriers right now. This is the same person that was up there on the stage. It's the same person that goes home and talks to my fiance. I'm not any different than how I am in the videos. So.
But talking about influence and sponsor, you are an outstanding presenter.
Sure.
You present your gear better than like best infomercial.
I mean, I think that what we do with the special presentations is fun. I think it gives people another way to see a product that maybe they didn't know. Like we did one with Giro, and you wouldn't know, why don't I wear my helmet a second time? Well, we showed you in the last episode that if you smash that helmet, the difference in the amount of protection that you have is so little that it's unsafe. It's clear. You know, I wouldn't know that. So I learned, the people learn. It's really, I think, it's a side of things that would never be able to be seen unless we were doing that. And that's, even with just like cycling and, you know, having a role model and like all these things, it just feels good to do this stuff. And so I'm having a lot of fun with it now. And I think it's, I don't know, it just, when it stops not being fun, then I'll stop doing it. But so far we've been having a blast.
So good luck this weekend and have fun. There's going to be plenty of things to talk about, and we're looking forward for another season Behind the Barriers with Jeremy Powers.
Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.